All right, two-time Paralympian John Register. John, we all look back at a time in our lives when the either catastrophic injury or whatever may have happened to us happened, and we had to find our way back. How did you, when you look back at the period in time in your life, what were the factors and maybe some of the people who helped you find your way back from your injury?
Well, I think, Bob, one of the things, and, Forrest, thanks for having me on the show. But I think when I look at my life, I was saying earlier that this is the 29th year since my injury, and I was 29 years old when it happened. So that's a great question leading in, because I've been kind of thinking about that, all the people that were around me. But first and foremost, I know it was my faith. And there was one thing, when I say that, it's just not some kind of just throw those words out there. But I had a great individual when I was trying to become an entrepreneur for professional speaking. She said, "What's the most important thing about business?" And I kind of was hemming and hawing around it. Maybe it's contacts, it's resources, it's revenue, it's all these things. She said, "No, the most important thing is how are you going to dispose of the business?" And I said, "Man, that's fascinating. That's great, because that takes into consideration that you were successful in your building your company, and now you're just looking at how you're going to sell it, or how you're going to get rid of it, or how you're going to keep it in the family, or whatever you're going to do." And that is a great question. So then I began asking myself that question for life. What is it that I want at the end of my life? And my answer was, I want to hear my God say, "Well done, good and faithful servant, enter now into the joy of my rest." And how will I do that? I'm going to seek first his kingdom, and all the things shall be added. And I'm going to build on the foundation, be very cautious on how I'm building on that foundation that's already been laid. So I can build in 6 different ways. I can build with wood, hay, and stubble, or gold, silver, and precious stones. And the wood, hay, and stubble, if they're tried by fire, they're going to burn up. But the gold, silver, and precious stones, they are going to be refined in the fire. So everything, the essence of everything I do now, Bob, is to ensure that I'm offering value to other individuals, to pour and add oxygen into their environment. Inspiration is to add, inspiro is the Latin word for it, and that means to breathe into, to fill with air. And so that's what I want to do. And along the way, some amazing individuals came along. Of course, my wife, who gave me the wherewithal to say, we're going to get through this together. It's just our new normal. And that meaning that it's a growth mindset, that the new normal is never a plateau. It's just a destination by which we grow. And in the United States Army that wrapped their arms around me. And then the United States Olympic Committee that had me start and build and begin the Paralympic military sport program. And all these folks that came into my life that I probably never would have experienced had I not had that injury back on May 17, 1994.